Hello, Mr. Voorhees. I'm sorry, but the 13th was a few days ago, and it wasn't even a Friday. I already have this, Jay. Did you go into my collection and take this out and give it to me just for this cheesy intro? Alright. I'll do it. Hey, what's up everyone? I hope you guys enjoyed the intro. It kind of got ruined because it was raining out. In honor of the Scream Factory Blu-Ray box set of all 12 Friday the 13th films, which I will be getting soon, I thought we'd take a look at the older box set that came out in 2004 and talk about it. From Crystal Lake to Manhattan. This is a box set regarding only the first 8 films, which is why it mattered to me. It does include an extra disc of special features. We'll go through it individually and talk about it. I have talked about this box set before a few years ago. I've had this since I want to say 2016. It's an old box set. It's very aged at this point, and because of the Blu-ray box set, I thought it'd be nice to revisit this before I get the Blu-ray box set, because that Blu-ray box set's awesome. So I thought we'd take a look at what came before. Not many horror film franchises, at the very least, got a box set like this in the early 2000s. Halloween got one, but it was UK only, and it looked pretty cool. It was similar to this, actually, almost in the same style, I want to say, but that was UK only, so. But it was cool. The box cover art was really cool. I should say that these were all releases from the early 2000s, the original Paramount DVDs, if you will. They really had no special features. The quality was a bit different. So they're the same editions, but they're packed together. They are on, there's 2 movies on one disc, and I know that was kind of a turn-off to everyone, but regardless of how you feel about it, I think maybe it was the best way to do it at the time, because there's only 8 of them, and sometimes, you know, it's, you know, if you want to have a double feature of like maybe part 1 or 2, I can't watch part 2 without watching part 1. It's kind of essential, so I kind of believe that at some point that can work, absolutely. So here we have the original Friday the 13th and Friday the 13th Part 2. Now, they do not use the cover arts that the original Paramount releases used. These come with their own original stills. I kind of like the idea of this. Almost makes it seem like Ginny's the killer, but she's not. I kind of like it. Like I said, there's 2 movies on one disc. I know not a lot of people are crazy about that, but it doesn't bother me. At least for this box set. Something as big as the Scream Factory box set, that would bother me, but for this one, it's just the first 8. It's not a huge box set like the Scream Factory one was, so it does not bother me here. I kind of like how they use different artworks, different colors. That's kind of cool. Kind of makes some unique releases. So here's part 3 and 4. They do use the original artwork here, but they have different color hues to them, and that I think is really cool. It makes them seem unique, like I said earlier. Now, the original Paramount DVDs did use, for at least the first 4, the original poster arts, but these releases, for some reason, kind of do their own thing, and that's okay. I kind of like these, you know. This is a neat one, part 5 and 6. Now, part 5 uses the Photoshop cover that the original Paramount DVD used, but this time around the hockey mask is changed to match the blue chevrons that Roy uses rather than red chevrons like Jason uses, so that way it doesn't mislead anyone. I kind of like how they fixed that. Kind of neat. The Jason Lives one uses the original poster, but I mean the color is different, but it looks cool. It looks badass actually, but I'm glad it uses the original cover art. That's pretty cool actually. Because I know the standalone Paramount DVD doesn't. It used this weird Photoshop one. Part 7 and 8. Now part 7, I always really like the picture still here of Jason. It was kind of simple and effective. Now these are both the original artwork that they used on the Paramount DVDs. It's not the original poster artworks, but they are the ones that they used on the Paramount DVDs, the new artworks, as I should say, for these specific releases. And there's no color differences or really anything, so it's not really anything unique like the prior 6 did. Killer Extras disc. This is, it's got a bunch of little mini interviews for the films, and there's plenty of interviews on here, and of course the deleted scenes on here, and I think that's really neat. At the time, these were really groundbreaking because, you know, not many of these DVDs had any little to nothing in terms of special features, so really if you bought the original Paramount DVDs, you were really just getting the film. You weren't getting really anything special in terms of special features, and I'm one for special features. And I'm kind of glad that they threw this in. The Scream Factory box set does something similar where they put in an extra disc for bonus features only, and this is kind of that same vibe. This is just a neat box set. I really like it. It's simple and effective, and it provides you the first 8 films without doing anything too expensive, at least for this. Now the Scream Factory box set, I would say, is well worth the $100+ you will spend on it. There was a little box set you got with the deluxe edition DVDs that came out in, what, 2009? That version was not good because they were discs that you got in booklets, and you know, you slid the discs out of a book pocket, essentially. I don't think I'm saying the right thing, but that to me it's not smart because you can easily scratch the disc, and it's not fun. And to me, I just didn't think that was a good way of doing it. Remember how I said that these are all on one disc? You know, there's 2 movies on one disc, and that's fine because for a small little set like this, that's not a big deal. But in 2013, I want to say, Warner Brothers released the complete collection. It was a Blu-ray of all 12 films, and it was the first time that the other films were on a Blu-ray, because at the time you could only really get Friday 1, 2, 3, Freddy vs. Jason, and the remake out on Blu-ray. So the other films got a Blu-ray treatment with that box set. Or not really box set, but collection, I want to say. But you know what my biggest issue was with that set? Some discs had 2 films on one disc, and that's when it became an issue. On a complete collection, you don't want to do that. If you're doing a collection, a complete collection that consists of every film that was made, that you're putting in here, to me you want to individually pack them and treat them with respect. And that's why I personally believe this is probably the second best complete collection, or collection in a sense, that was released for this franchise, because this was done in a nice little convenient little box with the first 8 films, and it wasn't an issue when they did it here. But for a complete collection that the 2013 version did, having 2 films on one disc for some of them, and then the others have standalone ones, to me that is just, it's strange, it's not a good idea, and it ruins it. It ruins the effect that you're trying to give off. So luckily the Scream Factory box set has all the films packed individually, and it's just, you know, it's the way it should have been a long time ago. So this was just more of a revisited kind of thing to kind of build excitement and hype for the box set. I'll see you guys later. Have a good one.